r/AskReddit. What are signs that someone thinks they're cool but are actually huge losers? They brag about how cool they are. Bragging in general. I never brag. I'm kinda known for never bragging. I think I'm very humble. I'm probably more humble than you would even understand. I too am extraordinarily humble. I have a friend who got a GF a few months ago. She took his virginity and now all he talks about is sex around us. It's honestly extremely irritating. Like I'll be talking to him about how stressful my day was because I have a shit ton of homework and he'll say something like, when I get stressed, I just call my GF to come over my house so we can duck. Like, dude, we get IT. You have sex. Congratulations. I don't give a duck. You're right, Kyle. This is a nice IPA, but it's nothing compared to some dirty good sex. Shitting on other people and being a discouraging to their dreams. I used to listen to this guy on the radio, Tom Leakis. He would talk about how, like, if you told family or some friends your goals and dreams, they would sometimes shit on you or laugh at you as if you couldn't do it. Say you wanted to be a doctor, and they laugh and say, you, a doctor? He said it's because they don't want you to do that because then they would feel bad. Like, oh man, my cousin is 28 and I am a doctor, and I am 27 and I work at 7-Eleven. Basically their success would make you look bad in comparison. Can't have that. When they talk about how much money they have or have spent on things repeatedly. I have an acquaintance who won $500 at a local casino like 4 or 5 years ago around age 25. A nice little hit. 2 weeks later, he had 5 fanned out $100 bills tattooed on his shoulder and bought a fake teeth grill at a mall kiosk. He even bought his girlfriend the most obviously fake Coach purse in the history of Coach purses. You would have sworn he won $500 million the way he acted for that month or two. He still lives with his parents to this day. Bragging about the amount of people you've slept with or your dong size. They're usually lying about them both. LOL, this is so true. Every guy I've met like this always talks about it but is never with a girl anytime I hang out. If someone puts too much emphasis on 1 or 2 achievements from 10 years ago and doesn't shut up about them, that's a sign they're not cool. Alternatively, if someone makes fun of people in their friend group too often about things that happened 10 years ago, that's a sign they're not cool. My friend group will constantly roast me about shit I did 5-6 years ago and pretend I haven't changed and I do the same things over again. Bullying. When you subconsciously link your own social status and coolness to tearing others down rather than creating something of meaning, that is the biggest loss to society. Picking on clearly nerdy or atypical people is ducking desperate, but then this society is clearly in a ducked up state judging by how normalized it is. Dating someone in high school well after high school. That is a critical yikes on the international yikes scale. I have a co-worker who is obviously very insecure and jealous of truly confident people. It became clear pretty quickly that he wants to be seen as this macho guy whenever he described arresting someone and ground and pounding them like it was the UFC. There was just something about the way he said it, making noises to emulate the supposed punches and elbows he landed. I feel like people who are truly secure don't feel the need to make up such an elaborate story that makes them look cool. I used to work with this guy that literally looked like a fat neckbeard meme. Every Monday he'd come in bragging about hooking up with some chick over the weekend. Sometimes it was even a threesome. He'd also brag about beating someone's ass in a bar fight or getting jumped and beating up multiple guys. It became so ridiculous that we all just went with it, and every Monday we'd act amazed at this guy's incredible stories. When they think they are Conor McGregor, or act like him. Story time. I coach kids BJJ at the local family owned gym as a new purple belt. It's a smaller gym, smaller classes, maybe 10-15 for an adult BJJ class, about the same for kids class, and 6-8 for a kickboxing class. About 1-2 times a month. We get these dude bros who come in for their free classes. Close your eyes and imagine the ultimate Chad MMA stereotype. Tight tap out, UFC, or affliction shirt tank, gym shorts, tattoos, etc. Yep, that's pretty much them. About 95% of them come in thinking they're MMA experts because they watch UFC. Cocky and arrogant as hell. Loud. Interrupt the class with their knowledge. Easiest thing to do, put our little brown belt. 5 feet 6, 143 pounds, who packed our trophy case with trophies medals from BJJ tournaments. He lets them win for a minute or two, and before Chad can figure out what happened, Lamont has their own G wrapped around their neck and they're tapping out. Rarely do they come back after being humbled. The other 5% come off as one of those guys, but they're actually there to learn and are respectful. Genuine inability to take personal responsibility for how their actions affect others. Bragging about their IQ or GPA. Yesterday I encountered a woman whose Twitter bio specified that she had a law degree and a 4.0 GPA. She's a self-published author and looks to be in her 40s. So presumably she hasn't been in school in a bit. Reminds me of Uncle Rico reminiscing about how he almost took state. Being mean to people who just don't understand something. Oh, you don't know quantum physics? Haha, retard. Posting every single second of their life on social media. If curating an online persona is all you do, you become that annoying person who is always on their phone and never looks like they do in their selfies. Looking down on people who don't have tons of followers, friends, etc. and they don't give them the time of day. When they say things like, sorry losers and haters, but my IQ is one of the highest and you all know it. Please don't feel so stupid or insecure. It's not your fault. Did the president say that? Is that why it's in quotes? When they enlist in the military and think they are automatically heroes. Live, laugh, live, die, desecrate, disintegrate. Claiming to be the second messiah. Don't be dissing the Antichrist like that. When they constantly have a reason for everything wrong going on in their life instead of having some accountability. One-uppers, not to be confused with upvoters lol. I mean those people who always had things worse or always did things better, always did things first or always find some way to make the other person's story about themselves. I took a shit. Well, I took a bigger shit. They comment and criticize people around them. They talk constantly and are just rude for no reason and get a kick out of that, all the while thinking they're king shit. I don't know how to describe it. Social media pages that are 95% pictures of their own face. They identify as sovereign citizens. If all they talk about is smoking weed, liking weed isn't a personality trait. People who like to show off and brag about money and having designer and cool stuff. I'm not materialistic, so I'll literally give zero damn. To me, you're nothing more than an envious person who feels the need to belittle other people so you can be happy with your life. Wearing a fedora and swinging a katana around. When they install a lift kit in their 1999 Ford F-150. Came here to say this. Ugh. Added bonus. Have removed a large part of the exhaust so it's obnoxiously loud, and added smokestacks in the bed. Tap out shirts. Ed Hardy clothes.